We already know that one way apostrophes are used is to show omission, that is, something missing from within a word. This is also sometimes known as contraction. We've seen how words like can, not can be contracted to form can't, and that the apostrophe replaces the missing letters. Let's now look at some trickier examples of apostrophes for omission. Take this sentence as an example. I love the music of the 80s. To be perfectly accurate, we need to add an apostrophe before the 8, so it would be written like this. So why do we need to add an apostrophe here? Well, it's an apostrophe for omission, so it's showing that something is missing. But what is it? Well, it's the first part of the year. We'll assume that it's the music of the 1980s that Ben loves so much, so the apostrophe is replacing the number 19. Notice how there's no apostrophe between the number and the letter S. This is because no letters are missing and no possession is being shown. Okay, here's another example. The time is 3 o'clock. So why is the apostrophe being used here? Well, there are some letters missing. O'clock is actually short for of the clock. So 3 of the clock really means the time according to the clock. This dates back to a time when not many people had clocks, so the time may have been worked out slightly differently in different ways. Okay, so what about common words that don't need apostrophes, but are often given them in error? One example is possessive pronouns. For example, that ball is his. Clearly we're talking about something belonging to someone, so surely we should use an apostrophe at the end of the owner. Well, no, not with possessive pronouns. It's the same with these other examples. It is ours, the ball is yours, the computer is theirs. None of these require an apostrophe, even though they are showing possession. One of the most common mistakes is to write its with an apostrophe to show possession. Its leaves were brown. In this sentence, the possessive pronoun is clearly referring to a tree, and the leaves clearly belong to the tree, but no apostrophe should be used. We only ever use an apostrophe with its if we're writing the contracted form of it is. A similar common error is to write whose with an apostrophe to show possession. Whose turn is it? In this sentence, we're asking who the turn belongs to, but no apostrophe should be used. We only ever use an apostrophe with whose if we're writing the contracted form of who is. So would this sentence work with who is? Well, let's try. Who is turn is it? Well, clearly not. So to fix this, we don't just remove the apostrophe. We actually have to change the word to whose, spelt like this. Remember, as well as apostrophes for possession, apostrophes can also be used for omission. Take care to avoid common errors, especially with the words its and whose.